Time now for a look through the international headlines we're following on this Friday. For that, we turn to our Eunice Kim standing by at the news center.
Yes, Eunice, at least 88 Palestinians now reported dead in the only 3-day-old crisis on the Gaza Strip. And US President Barack Obama said the US is ready now to broker a ceasefire.
Hi guys, that's right. World leaders are now calling for restraint as UN Secretary General Ban Ki-moon had also hours earlier appealed for a ceasefire between battling Israelis and Palestinian militants. Kwon Soa has this report.
The U.S. says it's willing to broker a ceasefire between Israel and Hamas. The White House said U.S. President Barack Obama told Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu on the phone Thursday that he's ready to help end the escalating hostilities on the Gaza Strip. He also reiterated that Israel has the right to defend itself against Palestinians' rocket attacks. Secretary of State John Kerry spoke to his Egyptian counterparts, trying to make him use Egypt's influence in easing the situation, as the country played an important role in brokering an Israel-Hamas ceasefire 2 years ago. The surge in rocket fire was triggered amid an Israeli crackdown on Hamas members, which began after the abduction and killing of 3 Israeli teenagers last month. A suspected revenge murder of a Palestinian teenager followed a few days later. Hamas has reportedly launched over 550 rockets into civilian areas in Israel. Israel responded with over 500 airstrikes, part of their Operation Protective Edge launched earlier this week. Israel responded with over 500 airstrikes, part of their Operation Protective Edge launched earlier in the week. UN Secretary General Ban Ki-moon made a passionate appeal for a ceasefire during an emergency session, saying Gaza was on a knife edge.
Today, we face the risk of an all-out escalation in Israel and Gaza, with the threat of a ground offensive still palpable and preventable only if Hamas stops rocket firing.
The UN chief called on the international community to work with Israeli and Palestinian leaders to stop the situation from escalating and said the region cannot afford another full-blown war. Kwon Soa, Arirang News.